Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today I'm doing kind of a cute, smaller piece count puzzle. This one is called Forest Floor. It is a panoramic puzzle, and the brand is One Canoe 2. So I haven't done this brand, I actually never heard of it, and I got it off of Puzzldy's website. I had like a free $20 shop gift card, basically, and I was like, you know what, let's get a puzzle. And I got this one and a little bitty 100-piece puzzle that I've been doing as practice from Puzzldy, and it came up to about $6 after taxes and shipping. So I thought this was a cute one to do because it is a 400-piece puzzle. I've never done a piece count like this, so I thought it would be an interesting one to do. So it is a slightly smaller one than a 500, but slightly bigger than 300, and I figured it'd probably be a good way for me to practice a sizable puzzle to see how fast I can maybe get closer to that 35-minute goal. I have a lot of good news to tell you that some of my times for the 500 pieces are starting to leak into the 30 minutes. So under 40 minutes is starting to become a little more common, which is great. So I thought a smaller piece count would maybe test my skills to see if I can maybe bump it just a little more. But I'm not trying to rush it. I'm very happy that I'm getting sub 40 times, but I need to be a little more consistent with it before I start to try to get under 35 minutes. That's still a little bit of ways away. But I thought that this puzzle would be a cute one to do for practice. It is very similar to another mushroom one I've done recently. I think it was a pomegranate puzzle, or was it? It was a Fred puzzle. And, you know, it's very similar in style. I don't know if there's an artist on here. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I always try to say that, but no, sadly there's no artist. But it is a very cute puzzle. I don't believe it's AI, but I don't know for 100% on that. But I think it's going to be an easy one to do. It's very sortable. The colors are very distinct. You got a red mushroom, a couple red here, blue, orange butterfly. Probably the few green, dark green in the background will be the most difficult. But I think it's extremely sortable. And I think that it'll make me maybe not do the border initially. I think I'll simply flip the pieces over, sort the colors out, each section, do them, and then finish it up. So I think that's going to be my plan for this. I've thought about using my puzzle trays on this one, but since it's a 400 piece, I figured it was kind of maybe not the best one to practice at. I think this is going to be a pure full-on sort for me and just go ahead and put them together. I think that's going to be my practice. I am filming this about a week before the showdown, so there is what I've just been told, a flip challenge. So how fast can you flip all the pieces over at the beginning? So it is kind of another thing I want to practice. A 400 piece is going to be a little bit less time than it would be for 500 piece. So I think my flipping should be under 2.5 minutes. I believe should be my goal here. Now for finishing the puzzle, since it's a 400 piece puzzle, I had to recalculate my pieces per minute. And I have to be under 36.5 minutes to stay at my 11 pieces per minute goal. And I think that's very doable. I think I want to push myself. I think I'm going to try to get this under 35 minutes. That's going to be the goal for today. And I think it's very doable. I'm doing better. Just trying different tactics, trying just, chop off minutes here and there in certain areas. I do think that one of the things that have been slowing me down pretty regularly is I get distracted. I go, I organize a pile of pieces and then I just abandon them and go on to something else. So what I really need to focus on here is, let's say I organize the red. I organize it, I sort it out. I need to do it immediately when I'm done sorting. I don't need to just dive into the blue all of a sudden. The whole point of it was sorting it so you can get the pieces done rather quickly. So I call it, I'm a squirrel. I see a nut and I run away from it. So I think if I keep that a little bit, I don't expect myself to be 100% every time. If I can hone that in a little bit, or if not majority of the time, I'll be doing pretty good. So we're just practicing sorting today, practicing flipping speed on a little bit of a smaller piece count. So will I make this under 35 minutes? Forest Floor by One Canoe 2, 400 piece puzzle. Let's smash it. Well, kind of pleasantly surprised about this one. So this was Forest Floor. The brand was One Canoe 2, and it was a 400-piece puzzle. My goal was to stay under my pieces per minute of 11, which would be under 36.5 minutes, and I kind of gave myself a little additional goal of being under 35. So with a time of 33:40, we achieved that. Honestly, I was a bit concerned because it was a little false-fitty. There was pieces that were just going in places where they shouldn't have gone. This mushroom in particular, the tall kind of grayish one with the holes on it, kind of was a little bit repetitive texture, and so some of the pieces just didn't line up where they were supposed to. So that did trip me up a little bit. Now, did I stick to my guns and sort and stick with my piles and just didn't go all over the place? Yes and no. I did sort, I did do chunks when I was supposed to, but I was a little bit scatterbrained in some of the areas, specifically like the white flowers. I abandoned the red mushroom that I had sorted for the yellow and red ones over here. So there were times where I kind of abandoned what I was supposed to do. Ultimately, I was a bit more strict about getting the piles done. And then when I was doing the blue mushrooms, I told myself, don't do anything else. Like, I grabbed the piece for the blue flowers. I'm like, we're not doing the blue flowers right now. We're doing the blue mushrooms. So I did kind of keep myself in line a bit more this time, but I can still tell my scatterbrain is still there. It's still driving the ship a lot of the times. So it is something I'm going to have to work on because it is kind of how I've been puzzling for a very long time during the course of the year I've been speed puzzling, basically. So it's a habit I have to really work on to weed its way out. And I do think that it does hurt me in the end a little bit. It is a pick and place method. It's not like it's the end of the world, but not all puzzles are made for pick and place. And I've got to adapt some of my strategies in order to, work on those types of puzzles. Pick and place is great for pick and place puzzles, but I have to adapt a different strategy for puzzles that are not so well adapted to pick and place, basically. And this one was a pretty good sorter puzzle. I don't know if it's going to pick up. It may not here. Let's try. No, unfortunately, it's not a good pickup test. Maybe if I grab it from the ends. That's very precarious. It is a panoramic too, and I debated on doing the border first on this, but I figured I really wanted to just try my sorting techniques. I think they were good. I achieved my goals, so I stay under 35 minutes. Now, I did do the math a little bit to see where my pieces per minute landed for this puzzle. It was literally right at the 12 pieces per minute mark, which makes sense because my average for 500 is 11, a little bit less than 11 pieces per minute, and my average for 300 is about 12.5. So it landed right where it was supposed to. Now I think about it, 33 minutes, a lot of the super fast puzzlers are doing that for 500 pieces. So it definitely tells me I still got a little bit to work on, but I'm slowly getting better. At this point, it's literally just chipping off minute by minute here. And as long as I continue to get sub 40 times, I'm doing pretty good. But I really wanted to try this piece count out. Maybe do a little bit of panoramic practice because I'm not used to panoramic style puzzles. And, it was basically a free puzzle, and I did enjoy it, other than the false fits. I did not quite make, I think, my 2.5 minute flip time. I think I was close. Like, I was under 3, but not quite under 2.5. So that is something else I have to work on. But I didn't sort the border, so I should have been faster if I was just completely flipping the pieces. Trying to flip the pieces for a 500, my goal is to try to be under 3 minutes. And then for flipping and sorting the border out, my goal is to be under 4 minutes. So an additional minute to give myself that extra boost of getting the border done. and trying to get the border done under the 10-minute mark. I've done that before. If I stay around the 8.5-minute mark finishing the border, I will get a 500-piece puzzle done in under 40 minutes if it's a relatively medium to easy puzzle. If it's a harder puzzle, not exactly. But this one was easy, very fun to do. Really enjoyed it. Could I tell if it was a 400 versus a 300 and a 500? Yeah, a little bit. It felt like a 500 at first, but then it just came together so quickly it felt like a 300. So, yeah, it felt like a 400-piece puzzle, I guess. Do I recommend that you speed puzzle a 400? Sure. I don't think there's a lot of piece counts like this, though, so I think it's a very niche type of piece count to find. I did find this puzzle on Puzzldy specifically, so if you want to go find this one, that's where I got it. I also checked on myspeedpuzzling.com to see if anyone else has done this puzzle, and as far as I can tell, no one has. It's not even entered in the website. So I don't know if my time is comparable to the super fast people. It's probably where I land normally, in the top 15 to 20 for a first attempt anyway. So, not much else to say on this one, but it was a lot of fun. I look forward to doing special piece counts with you all again, and I think just preparing for the showdown at this point. Alrighty, 4 is floor by 1 canoe 2, 400-piece puzzle. I think we smashed it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.